will wife her up. Zion Williamson is never going to wife you up, Moriah. You're another heifer looking for sympathy. We don't care. Zion will never marry you. You're just a side chick. Listen, you heifers need to know your role. Now she want to talk about how he's fat. He's boring in bed. And this is an indictment on you porn stars. Telling Zion Williamson, saying that Zion Williamson is boring in bed is an indictment on you adult film stars who claim that you want to have a normal relationship outside of what you do for a living. You claim that you could compartmentalize what you do on camera and what you do at home. And it's very clear to me that you can't. Okay? It's very clear to me that you can't separate the two. Because if you could, you wouldn't say this. If he was so boring, that's not what you were saying when you was ranting months before. You were okay with it. But because Zion is ignoring you, he's not letting you pull up at the games no more. Now you feeling some type of way. Now you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Zion was doing all type of crazy things with her. But she said he boring. You're an adult film star. Every man is going to be boring in bed to you because you're so numb to regular relations. Every man, I told y'all, this is a self-indictment. When you claim that this guy is boring, it's because you're an adult film star. So of course, every guy who you're not making content with is going to be boring because you're so numb to regular relations. This is a total indictment. This is why I say nobody can be in a relationship with an adult film star. These women be lying. They're lying when they claim that they can compartmentalize. You're lying. Now, this is the tweet that she had. I know your weakness, Zion Williamson. Don't make me expose it to the world. You insecure fat bust. As Zion Williamson, you will lose against the Grizzlies. The Pelicans will bench you for life. You might as well buy a house instead of renting. You're not getting traded like you wanted.
That Pillsbury Dobo paid for me to be off the internet. No, he didn't. His stepdaddy controls his money now, so he has to get an allowance, I guess every week or whatever the freak. But nobody paid anybody for me to get off the internet. I decided to get off the internet on my own.
So she's saying that Zion Williamson financially is controlled by his stepfather, which is very interesting to me because he snubbed his stepfather on draft night. So now his stepfather controls his money. This also shows that Zion don't have any real people around him. Because if Zion had real people around him, they would have told him to lawyer up and send her a cease and desist. But he hasn't done that because those people must be just using Zion. Everybody is using Zion. If that's what I'm getting for what she is saying. He has no real people that actually care about him on his side. Because the fact that this woman can continue to do this, harass this man, and he's done nothing legally, tells me everything you need to know about her or know about him and the people around him. They're just using him. That he really is a grown child that needs other people to manage his life. Which will show why he seemingly doesn't have the discipline and focus. When you see these young men falling prey to women like this goes back to college. There was a chick that made fun of him in college that he tried to holler with on the dating app. She made fun of him. This is some extra average white girl, right? The guy has no direction, nobody around him who cares about him as a man. They're not really trying to give him good advice. They're just using him. He's around a bunch of people that use him. And I can say this because the fact that he's continuing to deal with this and he has not used his resources or the resources of the people around him to stop this situation tells me everything you need to know. Real talk, my lady is Zion's cousin, and she told me his part of the family are users. She proved she wasn't lying to me. Oh, really, Jay Thomas? And you know what? Zion is from my state. And I know people like Zion and the people around Zion. I know people like that. They will use you and let you enable you and not do anything to help better your situation. Because he doesn't have people around him who care about him. They all using him. They are all using him.
To work on my own personal problems. So, with that being said, nobody got rid of me. I decided to step away from the internet. And with that being said, I seen all your little publicists trying to write stories about me, saying all these things about me. But how about y'all tell Zion Williamson to go on a treadmill and lose weight? Because that game he played with LeBron the other day was disgusting. You fat motherfucker. Go lose some weight. Don't you think people are tired of seeing you fat like that? Like, I got...
This is coming from a woman that's done had about 30 surgeries. You had to go to a surgeon to get your body and your face. You wear the hair of other women, of other humans. You don't have a right to talk about anybody's body. You went to a doctor to scope you a body, okay? Because without those surgeries, you would be a bad built, extra average. Nobody's checking for you. Nobody's trying to sleep with you. You would be in the extra average category today. So you don't have the right to talk about nobody's body. Look at you, even with all the surgeries, you still look crazy. Still look like you look like your body is sponsored by Dr. Miami. Okay? You are a walking billboard for surgery. How can you talk about anybody's body? How many surgeries have you had on your face and you still look horrible? Extra average heifers like this are why society is the way it is. Y'all getting all these surgeries, trying to look like somebody else, and you still look fucked up. So when I hear you heifers who done got all these surgeries, you're the one who refused to get on the treadmill. You had to go get that fat sucked into other places of your body because you wasn't working out. This is what I'm talking about with you women. You can't talk about nobody else when you are out here getting surgeries because you refuse to work out and do the squats or whatever workouts to get bigger butts. Y'all go to get these surgeries and you look horrible. Horrible. Skinny legs, big old fake hips. You can't even move your assets. Listen, us as men, we know the difference between something that I'm gonna get a little descriptive here. But when we see you ever see a woman walking, right? Let's say she has curves on her. She has a bounce to her walk. When you see her walk and she has that jiggle to her, you know that she has that natural body. When I see you BBL'd women, you can barely move, okay? You can barely move. Your body done got so hardened from all the fat transfers. You can barely move. You don't have that natural jiggle to you that a naturally curvy woman with a big butt has. You don't have that. No matter how much work you get done, you don't have that. You wish you had that. That is why you have to go to get these surgeries. You go to these foreign countries. You go to these surgeons here in the States to look like somebody else. And you look like a knockoff of a knockoff of a knockoff. Stop talking about how people look. Because you need to look in the mirror. You're an extra average heifer with a big mouth and a ruined womb. That's where you at. You have a ruined womb up here talking crazy. Nobody's gonna wife you. This is why you're hurt. Nobody's going to ever wife you. You're always going to be a jump off or a side chick at best. Zion chose a stripper over you, and I think your feelings were hurt. You really thought that he was going to be your retirement plan, that he was going to validate you, but you were wrong. This is why you have to make this video. And let me just say this. Black men, why do y'all uplift these heifers? I don't understand this. It be the BBL heifers with the most talk, the most to say. A knockoff of a knockoff of a knockoff, not even original. Y'all trying to look like somebody else who look bad. Surgeries make you look worse. They don't make you look better. They make you look worse. And of course, men are going to thirst for you because when we see you on Instagram and you got those angles, of course. But when we see you in public and you look like a popsicle with the two stick popsicle, we're gonna laugh. And we're gonna be like, damn. So I don't really care what you heifers have to say about somebody else's looks or somebody else's body. You had to go to a doctor and get surgery to look like you look, and you still look bad.
I'm tired of you being on top of me looking fat, you nasty fuck. Here's some.
Well, he been taking care of you. He been giving you money, so obviously you accepted him being fat and overweight. You were taking D from him. You were allowing him to spit in your mouth, according to you. If you really didn't want to deal with him, why are you still talking about him?
Advice, Zion Williamson, since you want to send your publicist to talk shit about me every other freaking week, how about you get on a treadmill, speed 3, level 12, and maybe you'll lose some weight and go on it for like an hour or 2. Second, how about you stop drinking sodas? 3, how about you practice doing 3-pointers? Everybody's tired of seeing you do dunks all freaking day.
Yo, this heifer saw some comments on Twitter, and she made a video based off of comments she saw on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Now she getting on here trying to give him pointers. How about we give you pointers on how you live your life? Okay? Stop trying to look like a white woman. You're losing that battle. Stop trying to look like an more ethnic woman, Middle Eastern, Indian, whatever. You're failing at that as well. You need pointers on your life. You need to go out here and date men that actually want to be in a relationship with you, Moriah. Why don't you go do that, Moriah? Go fix your life. Stop trying to give people advice. The one thing that irks me the most is when you have these failures, try to tell you how to live your life. We got way too many failures giving advice. You people have the nerve to ask for money for your advice. You MFers got the nerve to give advice when your life sucks. Okay? When you are a hypocrite. Okay, we got way too many hypocrites out here pretending like they know everything. A lot of you don't know anything. A lot of you are clowns. You're pretenders. You're fakes. You're phonies. And it gets exposed. There's nothing consistent about you. Your advice doesn't work. 92% of the advice that you people give on internet doesn't work because you copied off somebody else's paper. You read somebody else's book. You try to pretend and emulate them, and you still fail. Double, quadruple failures. And Moriah, you're failing at being a wife and somebody's girlfriend. These are facts.
Learn another move. It's getting boring and tired. You're tired and boring, just like how you were in bed.
Well, you must be boring and tired in bed because no man is wifing you up, Moriah. No man is wifing you up, Moriah. So you must be boring and whack in bed. Okay? Your womb must be destroyed. Okay? To the point to where men don't want to put a ring on your finger. They don't want to even be seen in public with you, Moriah. How does it feel? I'm about to get psychological here. Moriah, how does it feel to be a woman that men don't want to be seen with? They'll go to a hotel room with you or a motel, or their car, but they won't be seen in public with you. They won't walk around holding your hand. None of that. How does that feel? How does it feel that nobody wants to be seen with you? You're a pariah. You're a flamed out adult film star who's trying to cling on to a simp NBA player. That is your life.